Fortnite Rift has finally arrived with surprisingly a short downtime, and the season is looking insane, packed with action matching the apocalypse theme. We've got new POIs like the Redline Rig, the Nitro Drome, and Brutal Beachhead, all within the new desert biome. We also have a lot of new weapons, mythics, and medallions, but most importantly, we have the all new Nitro fueled cars. Nitro has really been ramping up this season for its action, making it feel like you're in a Mad Max movie. But after a few hours of the new season, things aren't looking too good. Could the new cars be a problem? Before we get into the absolute madness of these new cars, we should first take a look at what the map's got in the first map changes. Last season, the statue of Mount Olympus powered Pandora's box over time, eventually causing it to teleport its way far off the island. From then on, the sandstorm was created, and as the days went on, the sandstorm got larger and larger and larger. Now we are here. This massive, absolutely colossal, ginormous sandstorm created this? Now okay, the new desert biome may not be as big as we were expecting, but it's definitely a significant enough map change on the island. This biome is pretty large in comparison to some others, and it has a lot to offer with its new POIs, landmarks, and NPCs. There are also a lot of empty spaces to really make up for that desert feel. However, even after all this, some people are expecting more to the sand biome. A whole lot of people were speculating the entire map will be covered, which honestly would work really well. This is because they could make it disappear over time, recreating what happened in Chapter 2 Season 3 with the flood slowly going away. I think it would have been nice to have the desert biome expanded a little more, maybe even Pleasant Piazza region of the island, because it doesn't really correlate to me that this massive storm covered such a small portion of the island. Okay, now we're getting into the real deal of the season, the real meat of the season, and that's the cars. Fortnite have made major changes to the vehicles. They have much more fuel, so you'll never have to worry about that, and every car, including the SUVs, have the boost. All of this can be enhanced with the use of the new Nitro, which makes your fuel infinite and creates more powerful lasting boosts. All of this paired with the new car mods like the off-road tires, cowcatcher and turrets makes the cars insane. Epic Games are definitely taking a step into a new form of gameplay, because if you log in right now and hop into a game, you absolutely need a car to even have a chance of surviving. If you don't have a car, you're going to experience absolute hell, trust me. This season introduces a new boss car locked away until you get the medallion of a mechanist and unlock it, or find her running around the island. Her car is mad. My first few games, I died of spawn probably over 10 times, but once I found that car, I went wild. And when I say wild, I mean dropping over 10 kills every game and winning them. It has infinite fuel because it's further infused with Nitro. It already has some of the best attachments with a rapid fire turret that shreds players, and a cowcatcher that breaks through everything. This thing couldn't get more overpowered, right? Well, it does. It even has its own self-healing mechanic when it takes damage. Now for me personally, this car could be the most overpowered thing in the game in a while. I think it's even better than the mix from Season X because you can actually travel with speed while quickly switching to the turret. On its own in solos, it's crazy already, but imagine playing duos with this. Someone driving and using the turret would be a deadly combo. With all this said, is it really a big problem? The answer is, yes, absolutely it is. Fortnite has never really been a game about fighting in cars, that was just part of the game. But this season makes cars the game. Don't get me wrong, it's good to experiment with new gameplay styles and whatnot, but they might have gone a little overboard with it. I understand they were really trying to make the car action as insane as could be, but I have a feeling it's not going to be very well received. We've already got TikTokers talking about it with people agreeing in the comments, and Ninja definitely is not having a good time.
You're faster now?
My main point is, people are not familiar with the style of gameplay, which might draw them away from Fortnite. This happens all the time when something like this happens. Lots of people quit from the mix, people probably didn't enjoy being railed from a Kamehameha, and there are so many more overpowered things in the game that just didn't resonate with players. But nevertheless, we still stick through with it because in the bigger picture, we all have a fair chance against each other in game. Like this season, you will always be able to find a car and anyone can mob them to their heart's content. The issue is, people like to play Fortnite for what it was before and nothing that requires you to be in a car to win. If Fortnite decides to leave the cars as they are, people will abuse the features of the powerful vehicles and a lot of the community will be in disbelief of the game ever being enjoyable for the whole season. Now, this idea of the cars being the main focus might actually be exciting for some people, and fair enough. So far, I'm not at that point where I see the cars as being a huge issue, but what I do know is that over time, it might end up happening, and I think it will for others. I mean, they could just balance it out at any time, but that would just kind of ruin the whole point of a Nitro action that people might want. I don't know, it's just hard to get something perfect, and we all need to accept that this season might never end up being perfect for the cars. An alternative is just us getting used to the new style, which might be quite difficult for everyone. Fortnite is always changing, and sometimes we just need to adapt to the new game style. Aside from all that, there actually are a lot of positive things I've been seeing recently with the launch of the season. Voice lines are returning with Jones and new ones with Hope. It's finally good to see Epic Games return to this because it's really what made the storyline feel alive. And with the storyline being almost completely dead nowadays, the return of voice lines are already such a good step in the right direction. The new voice lines for Jones and Hope have been leaked already on Twitter, and Jones sounds very serious, like he's not messing around anymore.
I just dethroned the king of Olympus. I think I've earned some downtime. I don't care. Okay, welcome back. Just so you know, Hope here has a little bit of a habit of picking a fight with the biggest bully she can find. So, we should make sure that we are in fighting shape. She's got her sights set on Megalodon. Like, bad something or bad something?
All of this so far seems like Charlie Wynn is really attempting to revive the storyline. They are keeping past characters and POIs instead of just cutting off the past. They are finally building off past seasons to develop a deeper story. It might not be nearly as good as Chapter 1 or 2, but at least it's improving so far. I'm just hoping they can make consistent updates to keep the game feeling fresh because that's what a lot of seasons have been lacking lately. We know we're getting Pirates of the Caribbean soon, and hopefully this collab doesn't go overboard. I swear that wasn't a pun, I just came off it on the spot. Anyways, we also have the introduction of the Wanderer, which is a character that people are speculating to actually be Dr. Doom. This would be perfect for the build up to next season because it's leaked to be Marvel from a 2024 roadmap. On the topic of the Wanderer, there will probably be something for another video, but let me know your thoughts. Now, I don't want this video to seem like a negative view on the season we literally just got because the way I'm putting it may seem like Fortnite Rigged has no hope of surviving to be a success. The season is barely a day old at the time I'm recording this, and we can never be too quick to judge something we haven't even fully experienced yet. So far, the game for me at least has been pretty fun, and it's even better with friends. I just wanted to cover some things I've seen a lot of people talking about lately, especially the cars and things like the fists. Right now, the game is a little chaotic, but to be honest, that's what Season 3 is supposed to be. A mayhem of a game. I don't know if I can complain at all because what we have right now is exactly what an apocalypse season should feel like. I don't think it could have been executed differently if the levels of chaos wasn't what it is right now, other than maybe a few nerfs. Otherwise, it would definitely be exciting to see what they have in store for the future of the season, and hopefully the summer update is not a single landmark change. Well, that's about all I have to cover for this video. Let me know what you were thinking of the season so far, with all the new cars and stuff. I already know they're gonna nerf so many things like the cars and their fists, because of how overpowered they are. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, and use my code REFUCOMICS in the item shop. Let's all pray that this season breaks the curse of all other Season 3s being a failure.